Three. Okay, ready? One, two, okay. Hey guys, this is Albert, Taxman Corey, for another edition of the Taxman Show, where we ask the questions to make sure you get the right answers to build your business. The funny thing is, if you saw the episode before this, I think this is episode 32. Episode 31 is go out and you're one step away from greatness. Well, guess what? Today I'm with Angel Tussi. Now, why I said that? Because we met like maybe in July or August, but she is like one of these one-steppers, meaning we went to a Bill Walsh event. I went. She's already a year ahead alumni-ness. They said the right word? Oh, well. And so we met. So that's why I'm saying how it ties back to last podcast where you're just one step away. And she's now the one step away how I met her. By the way, her husband's Jay in the background. How we are together. And it's so funny. We are now on the Business Expo tours. So now we're going to talk about, and she's an awesome person. She's the one-to-many princess queen. She's a she's a news media queen, expert, Einstein, where she shows you how you connect one-to-many on OPP. By the way, you see, I always paid attention to your stuff in the back. Okay.
You are paying attention. I love it.
I always pay attention. So she's going to show you how, instead of you going out and running around the city, how if you use just a little bit of other people's leverage, you can go out and make your fortune sitting in your pajamas in your bathtub in the mornings. So here we are. Take it away, Miss Angel. So how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Albert. I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited. Love that we got to meet on the speaker tour. How we are traveling together, yeah. and even Albert, a lot of what you talk about, what you teach from stage, are a lot of those fundamental principles that when I first started as an entrepreneur about 12 years ago, those same principles, those how you can leverage relationship marketing and a lot of different tools at your disposal to create more business. I love what you teach. I love what you teach, Albert. It's good stuff.
Thank you. Okay, I know how you get started, and I love your story. Give us first of all, tell us where you're from, and give us a little of your simple background on what you do and how you got started. And by the way, if I interrupt, is because I'm not a scripted guy. So I'm going to think up questions as I go. And then if I interrupt you, I'm sorry. It's because I'm thinking something to move it forward. All right?
I love it. Yeah. And you let me know if I'm getting a little too long-winded, and I will take a deep breath once in a while and let you interject. But my name is Angel Tussi. I am a media exposure specialist. I live in Denver, Colorado, with my husband of 27 years. We are empty nesters. All three of my children live and work in Orlando at Disney World. And they're all big Disney fans. We all drink the Kool-Aid. But for the last 12 years, I have worked in media and broadcasting. I hosted my own business talk show for 2 hours a day, broadcasting out of Denver, Colorado. We were nationally syndicated, coast to coast, award-winning, all the fun stuff. And in addition to a 2-hour business talk show, I was also the host of a 2-hour Christian lifestyle show. So I was hosting 4 hours of talk radio every day. And in the talk radio world, that actually puts me in the top 1% of my industry, because there are less than a dozen women. There's not a lot of hosts that host 4 hours of daily talk, 20 hours of talk radio every single week, and less than a dozen women in that space. So that's where I was up until I retired. I'm also an 11-time published author. We also produced an entire season of a TV show, also a magazine.
Oh, I never heard that one, a TV show. What was that about?
It was based on the same principles of kind of our radio show. So while I was hosting the radio show, what we ended up doing, Albert, in radio, you sell advertising, right? If you want to stay on here, you sell advertising. So we created a program for our advertisers ended up creating a membership and a network, all
so
for
it wasn't
advertisers.
okay. So it wasn't. Sorry, when I'm thinking of a TV show.
Hold on. So this is how it got started. Was my 12 advertisers? We started bringing them together so that they could meet each other, because they were on the same network. And most of the time in media, the advertisers don't know each other, right? They would know you're the producer, but they didn't know each other. So we created our Media Mastery program way back when we just had advertisers. The average ad buy for a radio advertisement in traditional media is about 13 weeks, like 3 months of advertising. Our average advertisers stayed with us for over 3 years. Wow. Based on this Media Mastery that we taught them. What ended up happening out of that was we sold out of advertising, no more room, nobody was leaving. People wanted to be a part of the Media Mastery, so we ended up creating a membership network, networking groups, and on.
Still there? Did we lose internet, guys? Are we still? Hold on. Are you still there?
A TV show that featured and helped. Help feature small businesses and what they were doing.
Okay. I mean, we hung out with each other for the last 3 days. Where can I watch your show?
The episodes are on YouTube, so I will see if I can search them out.
Yeah, I never knew that. We hung out and drank and ate for the last half of the year.
I know. There's we got to peel back.
I know, really cool.
I love doing TV, right? It was super fun. It was super expensive to have an entire production team and a studio and to do all that, but it was a blast, and I'm super glad we did it. But radio is really where my bread and butter.
What do you think? I mean, we've been doing this now together. What do you think is holding? Okay, what's the common theme that all your clients have? What do you think is the common theme? What's holding them back from taking them to the hyper level?
I think for all small businesses, the fact that they do not get enough exposure, not enough people have heard of them, and so most entrepreneurs are out there building their business one-to-one. Right? They're out networking, they're doing coffee meetings, they're attending leads groups, they're even sending emails and social media posts to people who've already heard of them, people they've already met. And so they're building their business. They want more clients, but what we end up doing is just talking more to the same people. Right. We show up to more networking events, to do more coffee meetings, do more social media posts. Like, it's just more, but it's to the same people that we were talking to yesterday, that we were talking to last week.
Okay, and I'll ask you a couple more things, and then I'll go out some other fun stuff. What do you think? I mean, if they weren't, what's the one? I remember you asking me this question. Okay, what's the one thing they can do today? Okay, because I'm about building, by the way, I learned a new world, on a lowest possible resources. What's one thing, if you were to give the tip of the day, what's the one thing, whoever's listening to this, what's the one resource they can do or tip to take their business to the next level without maxing out a credit card? I shouldn't say that word, but
without maxing out their credit card. Okay, so
elbow. Okay, let's put it another way. What's the number one elbow grease they can use?
Okay. So you had said OPP, other people's platforms.
Right.
That's my key phrase, right? Building your business one-to-many, being featured on other people's audiences. Right. So being interviewed by somebody else, whether that's on a podcast, on a webinar, on being featured on somebody else's.
Time out. Right. Time out. This is right. I know that, but how somebody like me who's down, remember you just said 2 minutes ago on OPP, how do I get an elbow grease without hiring an agent? I'm a newbie. I just started my new MLM business. How do I get on other people's platforms? That's the key. That's the key.
That is the key. But but at the same time, Albert, okay. Do you remember the Chewbacca mom? Are you familiar with
Yeah.
Chewbacca mom, right? She put the Chewbacca mask on, right? She went on social. Her video went viral. She ended up on all these TV shows. She got to go to the Facebook headquarters because she was the first viral video to hit over 1 million views on Facebook. She was a sensation, right? Getting features. She got publicity. She got the notoriety, right? And she was like it was like a publicity palooza with her. And I
never did nothing with it.
Because she didn't have the foundation for it. And so while we all want major publicity, we want to go viral, we all want this, the thing is that right now you're sitting on a gold mine.
Right.
You have people that are already following you, that are already connected to you, and you're not taking them through your sales process right now.
So how do you get them connected? I guess that's the question.
Right. So there's a couple of things, Albert, that you can do. Number one is a press release.
Okay.
You can write a press release for free, distribute it directly to your local media to get featured on your local TV show, local morning shows, local radio shows. It works for podcasts. It works for stages. And it doesn't cost anything to tell your story. Okay. Press releases are the language of media, and it's how you speak to the media. But before I would put out a press release about my business, I would create a couple of fundamentals so that you could scale your business. Because while yes, you need exposure, and that's
time out 1 second. Sorry. Remember, I'm speaking like I don't know nothing, right? Mm-hmm. I know because I heard you 12 times, at least all the time, right? So speaking English, somebody listen to us. What is a fundamental? Explain what the fundamentals are. And anyway, I'm going to give you what I teach people in front of stages. And 15, this is going to be a good one. In 15 words or less, explain what a fundamental is.
It's your media story.
A story.
Okay. Your media story, your messaging.
Thank you.
Your messaging that attracts perfect stages or platforms or journalists or hosts that also attracts your perfect client. So you want to be in the middle of attracting journalists and radio and also attracting perfect clients.
He's that for
right message?
I practice what I preach, right? Mm-hmm. All right. Now we said I'll make you do some fun stuff. Unless you want to keep talking about your
No, you go away.
What was I know you've been doing this like how long?
12 years.
No. How many years you been with Bill and running around like a chick? I'm sorry. Like how many cities did you do this last since all along? Since you met Bill and till from today back, how many stops have you gone?
I graduated from Bill's Platinum Speaker Program in January of 2018.
Okay.
So this is my 2-year anniversary.
Okay.
In the first year, I spoke on 100 stages. And
wow, you already got his 100 in. Dude, I got 98 to go. Wow, I got to catch you, man. I got to hang out with you so I can follow your coattails to catch up to your 100.
In the second year in this last year, I did 77.
So you're at 177.
Yes.
What was your favorite city that you spoke in and why?
I think my favorite city that I spoke in was in London.
Oh, yeah, I heard that. Okay.
Because it was my first international stage.
By the way, guys, this is video. If you're seeing us audio, I've known her now for like good 7-8 months. On the podcast version, if you saw her smile, see, we're on Zoom, and this will be on Zoom and YouTube and all my channels. Her smile is so big, I could have lit up the Denver sky with your pretty smile with that. Go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, so London was my favorite because it was my first international stage, and to be able to travel into London, we flew overnight from Miami, spoke in Miami, then flew overnight got into London at 7:30 in the morning, and by 9:30 in the morning, I was on stage speaking. So I don't actually remember it because I was jet lagged. I told my husband, this will either be the best talk I ever do because I can't overthink it, or it'll be the worst because, I just spent overnight on an airplane. And so I don't know that it was my best talk, my best presentation, but it was my favorite to be able to say that. And then it opened up more doors to being invited to speak internationally, because speaking attracts speaking, media attracts media, customers attract customers. So,
Yes.
So doing more of what you want will attract even more of what you want.
What do you think, and okay, what do you think was one of the coolest things? Jay can come in and listen. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm a happy-go-lucky guy, It doesn't matter.
He's just dropping something on.
It's okay. He can be in it. I mean, he's listening. I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm in the back when, just a quick little side story. After we do the little expos, there's workshops. And you see her husband, man, if you want to talk about, which maybe this should be part of it, how success is, they are dynamic, the dynamic duo. I mean, she might be the front end, but trust me, you see Jay in the back holding, if this was video, you see the video, holding up the signs while he's sitting in the back. He's doing, she's running around doing the PR customer service stuff. Jay's like logging in all the business cards. So in reality, it's not the angel show. I'm saying, listen, I'm saying beautiful. You don't realize she's got the big back end who keeps her going.
You know what? It takes teams, right? For all of us. It takes a team.
I agree. I mean, if you ever interviewed me, there's a huge team during the season, real quick. I know it's about you, but like now that the season started, I just sit in my office. I do like the marketing maybe, but everybody else, you heard Maria, David, and they say, no, you don't do nothing. And I sit in the office. So I agree.
I will tell you, when I was still on radio.
Oh, we have a little lag here.
Work, and I had a pretty big organization, and I loved being in the office and having a team. And so traveling as a public speaker, I do travel with my husband, which is dynamite. But the fact that we do it, even though we don't necessarily work together, it's still a team of all of us collaborating together.
I agree.
Yeah. It's
so
fabulous.
What was some of the coolest things? I think since you've been speaking, what is one, if you were to take the biggest takeaway, obviously traveling with your husband all the time now, so which means you're with them when now it's really for better, for worse, besides that. What do you think was your biggest takeaway of doing the speaker scene?
My biggest takeaway, you know what, Albert, I think I'd have to say, because at the time I was 48 years old, I was changing careers, right? I'd been in broadcasting. My life was pretty buttoned up, right? I knew where I was going every day.
So you like, in English terms, to make it simple, you like the new challenge. And they're in Denver. See, I'm in Miami where it's nice and happy and snowy. So this is like, you still there?
Spontaneous. It's very flexible. And I just learned that I could be more spontaneous and flexible. I didn't even know that I had that in me. And so we can go anywhere at the drop of a hat. Like airplanes make it so easy to travel. There's hotel apps that you can show up in a city. We went to London or went to New York, flew into New York, with less than a couple days notice, booked our hotel after we landed, got to be there, present, speak. I mean, the world, there's so much opportunity, and there's so much opportunity. I think that's what I've learned.
Like meeting me, right? No, just kidding.
Like meeting you, Albert. You were a gift.
Really? Thank you.
Absolutely.
Probably a pain gift, but it's okay. All right. I know you let you go here. So what's some of the things, I know I'm getting at the end here because I don't like to hold people too long. So what's one of the things you want to end and tell the people on the Taxman Show podcast?
Oh my gosh, hire somebody, absolutely a professional, to do your taxes.
Hey, by the way, that's not what I'm here to, that's okay.
No, but absolutely, right? There are certain professionals you need to have on your team, that know your name, right? Go into your bank and know your banker. Have your team of professionals, your tax professionals, legal professionals. Hire a business coach if you've never been in business before. Don't figure this out on your own. Take the lessons of somebody else. And if you need help with marketing and media, hire a coach that's going to help you, that's done it for themselves. I think so often we think we have to wear all the hats and we're out there spinning plates. But two things, right? Every single day, ring the register, right? Where are your customers coming from? And if you're not getting enough customers, it's probably because you're not getting enough exposure or visibility. And so learn how to leverage other people's audiences, getting your brand out in front of even more people, but bring them into your sales process and do it with a team.
It's so funny. I came up with this funny saying about that, and see if you can get it. By the way, there's her wine glass. Actually, she's in Denver. I'm in Miami, so it's 4:30. That means it's her wine. At 4:30, where we're at, it's like her wine day. But I always had a funny saying that I talk about why you need accounting. It could be anything. The joke I tell people, like when you have a heart attack, and this used to be what I was going to put when I first started doing speaking. When you have a heart attack, and I say why you don't use QuickBooks, that's how it's all coming up to. When you have a heart attack, are you going to go and get the jumper capers and put it to your heart and go, of course not. You're going to go to a cardiologist. It's the same thing when you get stuck or you need help.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. There's so much potential. There is an unlimited number of media outlets. They are looking for guests. They're looking for fresh new content, whether that's podcasters, TV, radio, magazines, even becoming a published author. Huge asset in getting your brand out. You don't have to be on that hamster wheel. Instead of building your business one-to-one, learn how to build it one-to-many. And every single week, putting yourself in front of an audience so that you can hit your numbers.
Very good. So now I guess it's getting ready, time to go. So tell me how they can get a hold of you. One last thought, how they get a hold of you.
Okay, so can I give them a gift?
This is, like I said, do what you want. 26786. And what do you put?
Right, I do have a text opt-in. If you text the word angel, ANGEL, to 26786. That's 26786. You can get my complimentary
786.
26786.
By the way, that's not going to come cool on audio. I did with my fingers, but it's okay. Video comes out good.
So the word is angel. The number you texted to is 26786 to get a complimentary media guide. It's going to teach you how to create guaranteed media exposure in less than 10 days. Gives you the list, the headlines, the contacts, everything you need to create guaranteed media exposure in the next 10 days. Text the word angel to 26786. That's my gift for you and your audience, Albert. And don't build your business one-on-one, right? Build it one-to-many.
Well, by the way, if you're watching this week on Facebook, I'll be joining her I'll be in New York. See, I have a real office I got to run. While you guys can run around, I have an office that I have to take care of to May 1st. Well, guys, this is the Taxman Show. Remember, sharing is caring, and you can see everything I do, whether Facebook, Instagram. Set an appointment. If you go to albertc360.com, you can get a hold of everything from Corey & Associates and the Taxman. So we'll talk to everybody soon. Bye. Remember, sharing is caring.